We're here in Peoria, outside in this lovely beer garden.
Yes.
Mike, this is something else.
It really is, isn't it?
And truth to be told, we've been at this location before a million years ago, back when the show first started, but it was a completely different brewery.
Yeah, it's called Peoria Brewing Company back then.
And it was certainly a great place. We enjoyed it, but wow, this is something else, this industry.
You know, it's kind of a gem of the city. It really is.
Can I ask industry? Why the name industry?
Sure, yeah. Our owner, Travis, he owns several other restaurants in town, and he's just been in the restaurant industry his whole life, and so he thought Industry Brewing Company, and all of our beer names kind of have restaurant industry names to them.
I see. And the skull on the plate, that's a commentary on the restaurant industry? What is that?
So it's getting served to you, nice skull for you.
Right on.
Yeah.
Kind of spooky, but kind of great. Let's get started with, I'm going to just, before we get into the beer, let's just talk a little bit about all that goes on here, because it really is spacious.
Yeah.
Like when you come to Industry Brewing, I can guarantee you're probably going to find a place to sit and enjoy a couple of delicious beers.
Yeah.
Although you say this place does pack up, but you've got seating for days here.
Yeah, we can fill a lot of folks out here. Between outside, inside, and our party room, we can get a lot of folks in here.
Now you are the brewer for Industry. It's you.
It's me and a couple of guys that help me do some odds and ends around.
So what's that like when you're a one-man show?
Well, I get a lot of creative freedom, which is good and bad.
Right.
But
why is it good?
It's good because I can make beer that I think people will like.
Right.
And that's my biggest kind of brewing philosophy, is I want people to like and enjoy the beers that I make.
That's a controversial take, Mike. I hope it works out for you. Making beer that you hope people will like.
Yeah, but
it's interesting.
It is, but it's so in that sense, you know, I make a lot of beers that go down easy, and people come back for more. Whereas the real brewer, you know, in me would like to do a lot of more experimental things, and I can, as long as some people like it.
So you have just enough room to do the experimental, weird, hophead, nerds like us will love it kind of beer.
Exactly.
But you know that that's not going to, as they say, play in Peoria. I can't believe I did that again, but it's too easy.
It is.
You're not from here. You're from...
Yeah, I'm from Davenport.
How about that? We got a Quad City boy growing up and doing good for himself.
Absolutely, yeah.
You started at Benton River.
I did.
And then you took over the job here.
I did, yeah. I was at Benton River, I think, a total of about 4 years. I worked in the Rock Island and Moline brew pub, and then they opened up a satellite location in Burlington, Iowa, and I went down there for a couple of years to help get that open. And
I remember that.
And make some beer there, and then I saw this place needed someone to take their beer operation over, so I came calling.
So what do you think you learned at Bent River that makes you the perfect brewer for this place?
I learned how a lot of great brewing operations, how to be part of a team, just not in the brewery, but out in the restaurant and kitchen and front of the house as well, and just learned how to make good beer.
So the style here that we're drinking, I asked him what his shifty was going to be, and that's the beer that you have after your shift is over. You're still working, but you're enjoying your shifty now. You wanted to get an early jump on it.
I did,
And this is something that just came out today.
Yeah.
Walk me through what this is.
Sure, this is called Split Shift. It's a Citra Blonde Ale. So it's a nice, light, easy drinking blonde ale that I did a lot of late edition Citra hops to give it that nice tropical finish.
This would be perfect for a sunny day.
It would, yeah.
And that was your intention?
It's my intention, yeah.
ABV on this is like 6 something though, right?
Around 6, yeah.
It doesn't taste like that.
No, it's pretty dangerous.
Is that so? Is that intentional? I mean, I would put this, I mean, when I do the math in my head, my palate and my brain, I'd say 4 or 5.
Yeah, no,
this is very crushable.
It is intentional, yeah. Most of the beers that I make are around 5 to 6. Yeah, and that's the range that I like to be in.
You don't like to go too much over. You certainly don't want to go too much under.
No, definitely not under. No, I'll go over sometimes.
What are the styles that you're proudest of here?
So I have a good lineup here. I have a really good red ale that I'm really proud of. Right now I have a good English brown ale that I'm also very proud of.
Oh.
Not big sellers per se, but in today's market. But New England Pale Ale is kind of our flagship beer, called No Call No Show, and it's our top selling beer.
What's the story behind No Call No Show? That's somebody that had a reservation at the restaurant and didn't call and didn't show?
That or a worker who didn't call or didn't show.
Oh, right. I guess that happens too. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And that's just a nice hazy juicy, tropical New England hazy pale ale.
I want to talk about the layout of this joint because you've got this beer garden, which is incredible. This is a fountain, right?
It is, yeah, when it's up and going.
And we'd run it now, but all you'd hear is running water, and you don't need that. You also have a place for people to throw axes.
We do, yeah.
Mike, is that the best idea?
Well,
have a couple of sneaky, dangerous beers and put an axe in someone's hand?
There hasn't been any accidents yet.
And then you've got this very spacious tap room where the bar is, and the brewery's right there. And then you have additional seating. There's like another restaurant here too.
Yeah. So yeah, the tap room is kind of the main attraction or the main show right now. And then once it gets nicer, it'll be more outside.
So the vibe here is very much like there's just different sectors, and whatever works for you works for you.
Yes.
Including a barking lot.
Yes.
Complete with reviews from dogs who have enjoyed it. This is a dog-friendly brewery?
Very dog-friendly. Yeah, bring your pups out here. They got plenty of room to navigate outside here.
And they have like their own fire hydrant, their own area that's just meant for them.
Yep.
And do you make beer for dogs?
No beer for dogs, but we do make dog treats.
You make your own dog treats from like the spent grain?
Spent grain, yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
So that's probably better.
I think so, yeah.
The logo is that you make beer with pride.
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, you gotta take pride in what you do. And when you have this many people kind of coming in and out from all over the state and sometimes all over the Midwest, you want them remembering this place for having not just a good atmosphere like it has, but for having good quality beer as well.
Right. But I didn't realize that Peoria is a whiskey city.
Yes.
I'd never heard that.
Oh yeah, they're very proud of that here.
So they used to make whiskey back in the day?
Yeah, they used to have several, if not dozens, of whiskey distilleries all scattered throughout the city. And then a lot of whiskey running too during Prohibition and all of that. So a lot of mafia activity as well.
Was there a brewing tradition as well, or more whiskey than beer?
More distilling whiskey, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so kind of for a city this size in our area, really compared to the Quad Cities, we don't have as many beer breweries as, say, the Quad Cities does.
It's beer at Industry Brewing, beer that's made with pride and enjoyed with pride. When you're down here, you got to check this place out. Bring your dog, for crying out loud, and tell Mike he's doing a great job. Mike, I appreciate your time, man.
You got it, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.